Good morning, students. In this video we are going to discuss about morphology of flowering plants, and the subtopic is the leaf. In previous videos we had a discussion regarding the stem and the root, and today we are going to discuss about the leaf, which is a deleted portion, but we are discussing in this video. The leaf is a lateral in position, generally flattened structure borne on the stem, okay, and it develops at the node and bears a bud in its axil. Okay, you can see on the screen the diagram of the leaf. The axillary bud later develops into branch. This part already we had a discussion in offline classes, right? So this is one revision class. Please remember it very carefully. Leaves originate from shoot, and especially from shoot apical meristems, and are arranged in an acropetal order. They are the most important vegetative organs for photosynthesis. Leaves are the most important vegetative organs of the photosynthesis. Hence it is called as kitchen of the plant. It traps the sunlight from sun, carbon dioxide from atmosphere, and chlorophyll obviously presents in the leaf, hence it is green in color, and absorbs water and minerals from the soil and performs with the help of these four basic raw materials photosynthesis process, a live process, and synthesizes the starch, and that starch can be transported through phloem tissue throughout the plant, and hence the leaf is called a chief organ of the plant for photosynthesis process. Because of this nature only, plants are called as autotrophs, right? Now a typical leaf consists of three main parts. What are those main parts? You can see on the screen: leaf base, next petiole, and lamina. Understand? So the leaf base is attached to the stem by a leaf base and may even bear two lateral small leaf-like structures called stipules. You can see small green color leaf-like structures at the base called stipules. Either sides they are present. You can see on the diagram. In monocotyledons, the leaf base expands into a sheath covering the stem partially or wholly. This can be seen in rice, maize, etc. A sheath-like structure. The leaf base is just like a sheath-like structure which is covering the stem partially or completely. This is because when you are cutting the rice, you can notice this characteristic very clearly. In some legume plants, the leaf blades may become swollen, which is called as pulvinous. The leaf base is called as pulvinous. In example, pea plant or beans or groundnuts. Okay, these all belongs to leguminous family and also called as Leguminosae, or also commonly called as Fabaceae. In this family, we can see this pulvinous leaf base, most important for NEET examination. Please note down, ma. The petiole help hold the blade to light, and the long, thin, flexible petioles allows the leaf blades to flutter in wind. So flutter means shaking. Okay, so protecting it from shaking when the wind blows firstly, and the long leaf petioles helps to the leaf blade from fluttering of wind. Okay, then here students, one more important, you can see on the screen a very important point. Thereby coiling of leaf and bringing fresh air to leaf surface. This can be happening by the leaf petioles only. Helps in bringing up fresh air. Okay, then the leaf lamina, you can see leaf lamina, it is also called as leaf blade. You can see on the screen, students, the leaf lamina or the leaf blade is green, expanded part of the leaf with veins and veinlets. Okay, then there is a usually one important part in the middle called midrib or middle vein, which is prominent, called middle prominent vein, which is known as midrib commonly. Veins provide rigidity to the leaf blade. What is the function of the veins? Provides rigidity to the leaf blade and acts as a channels of transport of water and minerals and food materials. The shape, margin, apex, surface and extent of incision of lamina varies in different leaves. You can see different leaves on the screen. Shape is vary, margin is vary, apex is vary, surface area is vary, and incisions are vary. So lamina size is vary. So different leaves, different in structures and shapes and surfaces. Now let us see the important concept here, venation. You can see two leaves on the screen, students. Any difference is there on these two leaves? Yes, you are right. You said correctly, students. There is a difference between these two leaves. One leaf is exhibiting parallel venation, another leaf is exhibiting reticulate venation. First of all, let us see what is meant by venation. The arrangement of veins and veinlets in the lamina of a leaf is termed as venation. This is one mark question. What is that one more question? I repeat once again. The arrangement of veins and veinlets in the leaf lamina is termed as venation. When the veinlets form a network, the venation is termed as reticulate venation. You can see in the second diagram. Example, mango, banyan tree, etc. And the venation in a leaf in a different manner. How it is parallel to each other, the veins are parallel to each other, called as parallel venation, like in the first leaf, example maize, rice, etc. So leaves of dicotyledon plants generally possesses reticulate venation, while the parallel venation is the characteristic of monocotyledon plants like rice. Okay, so students, hope you understood this venation concept. Now I am going to the most important concept, types of leaves. A leaf is said to be a simple when its lamina is entailed or when incised. The incisions do not touch the midrib. When the incisions of the leaf lamina reach up to the midrib, breaking into number of leaflets. You can see number of leaflets, how the lamina is broken up into number of leaflets. So the leaf is called as compound leaf. You can see one compound leaf, students, here. A bud is present in the axil, called as axillary bud. The bud is present in the axil of petiole of leaf in both simple leaf and compound leaves, but not in the axil of leaflets of the compound leaf. So simple leaves and compound leaves, what is the difference? At the base of the simple leaves we can see axillary buds, whereas compound leaves do not possess axillary buds at the base. Okay, you got my point? Now you see very clearly this leaf, students. The compound leaves may be of two types, pinnately compound leaf and palmately compound leaf. Now first let us see one type, pinnately compound leaf. Number of leaflets are present on a common axis. The axis is called rachis. You can see one rachis is present, or one axis is present, number of leaflets are present. How many are there? Either side 6, either side 3, total 6, at tip 1. So total how many are there? 7 are there, right? So here number of leaflets are present on the single rachis or axis. This type of leaf represents the compound leaf. Example, neem and curry leaves and so on. So the midrib is in the neem represents the rachis or axis. Understand? So the rachis is representing in the neem or curry leaves which we are eating generally. It is nothing but midrib. Next, palmately compound leaf. You can see palmately compound leaf, students, on the screen. The leaflets are attached at a common point at the tip of the petiole, and number of leaflets are originating at the single point. You can see the compound leaf on the screen. From the single point only number of leaflets are arising and looks like a palm. And you can see silk cotton. We can see this one in the silk cotton. You can see example on the screen. So palmately compound leaf example, silk cotton. Understood, students? So remember these examples, most important. Next, one more example is here given. From the single base we can see number of leaflets, how they are arranging. Petiole is present, number of leaflets are present emerging at single base. Example, silk cotton. Next, students, I would like to tell you types of phyllotaxy concept. What is meant by phyllotaxy? First of all, let us see definition. Important definition. Phyllotaxy is the pattern of arrangement of leaves on the stem or branch. Okay, what is meant by phyllotaxy definition? What is meant by definition, ma? Phyllotaxy is the pattern of arrangement of leaves. Simply we can say pattern of arrangement of leaves on the stem, okay, or branch. This is usually 3 types. You can see on the screen. The first one, alternate phyllotaxy. Second one, opposite phyllotaxy. And third one, oral phyllotaxy. Let us see one by one in detail. First, I am going to explain about opposite phyllotaxy. As we are seeing firstly on the screen, first one, the opposite type. A pair of leaves arise at each node and lie opposite to each other. Example, calotropes, and even guava fruits also. Okay. Next, alternate. In alternate type of phyllotaxy, a single leaf arises at each node in alternate manner. At each node only one leaf is present. Example, China rose. It means hibiscus. And one more example, mustard. And even we can see in sunflower plants also. Remember these examples. Next, lastly, oral phyllotaxy. If more than 2 leaves arises at one node and form a whorl, this type of phyllotaxy is called as oral phyllotaxy. Example then, Alstonia. What is the example? Alstonia. Understood? So students, this is about phyllotaxy and types of phyllotaxy. Now let us go through important concept, modifications of leaf. Leaves are often modified to perform different functions other than photosynthesis. Yeah, other than photosynthesis, leaves performs different functions, students. What are those? They are converted into tendrils. Can you see tendrils on the screen, students? Yes, you are right. These are tendrils only. These are helpful for climbing the plant, the entire plant. Why? Because the stem is weak due to absence of secondary growth, so it can grow with the help of some supporters only, or if there is no supporter, it creeps on the ground. So stem is exhibiting that type of characteristics as well. Here leaves also exhibits such kind of similar characteristics. Leaf tendrils. Examples here, pea plants. And you can see pea plants on the diagram. So in these pea plants, the tendrils are helpful for getting the support from supporter. Then which is modifying as a tendril? nothing but axillary bud. Okay, then one more example I will tell you. Here on the screen you can see pea plant. In a pea plant, how the tendrils are present, called as leaf tendrils. Stem tendrils are different from leaf tendrils. Stem tendrils can be seen in the plants like cucumber, whereas the leaf tendrils are present in the pea plant. Can you see the pea pods on the screen in the diagram? Yes, this is a pea plant. Example for leaf tendrils. Next, students, I will tell you one more example of leaf modification that is most important. Leaves are modifying into spines for self-defense mechanism. In cactus plant, you can see on the screen the fleshy stem can be seen. Stem is performing photosynthesis instead of leaves because leaves are modified into spines. Why so? Because to get protecting from the herbivorous animals, and as well to get protection from the harsh climatic condition. When the temperature is so high, the amount of water gets rid outside in the form of vapor called as transpiration process. So to get protecting the plant itself from transpiration process, to reduce the rate of transpiration, and as well from the herbivorous animals, the leaves are modifying into spines. So this is one kind of leaf modification, very important for practical part also, board practical part also. And this pea plant part is also very important for viva part, practical viva part. Example for leaf tendrils, pea plant, and leaves are modifying into spines, cactus. This is also important for practical viva part. Next, one more important example let us discuss. In some plants such as Australian acacia, the leaves are small and short-lived. The petioles in these plants expand and become green and synthesize the food, performing the photosynthesis. Here you see amazingly the leaf petioles are expanding and performing the photosynthesis. Example, Australian acacia, because the leaves are very short in size. The leaves are very short in size in Australian acacia. So petiole is modifying into expanded part and greeny and performing photosynthesis. Then here one more important point to be discussed. In some plants like Nepenthes, Drosera and Dionia, bladderwort, etc., leaves tip of the leaf modifying into pitcher. Hence the plant is called as pitcher plant. Scientific name is Nepenthes. These plants are generally growing in a place where there is a pure amount of nitrogen. To compensate the loss of the nitrogen deficiency, they depends on insects. They trap the insects with their colorful pitchers. Poor insects are trapping by these colorful pitchers. The pitchers are bright in color, like red in color, orange in color, yellow in color, and the insects thought that these are flowers and comes for pollination purpose. Then these pitchers are having lid, and inside the pitcher and spines are present, and these insects are in such a way killing and obtaining the nitrogen from the insects. Hence it is called as insectivorous plants. Understand? Now one more example I will tell you here, leaf modification only. The another leaf modification is, you can see on the screen, onions, fleshy leaves. The leaves are non-chlorophyllous, understand, and stores the food. You can see fleshy leaves on the screen, non-chlorophyllous and stores the food, and edible in nature. This is also one kind of leaf modification. Understand? You can see stem, short and stem, which is reduced here in the onion plant. Understand? So these are the different leaf modification, students. Hope you understood this video, this session from morphology chapter. Thank you one and all, students. Stay home, stay safe.